Hi everyone and happy Valentine's Day again. I have got this set of printouts, downloads from Agotapop, and I'm going to be colouring these in videos, but in fact she sent them to me to colour. And one of these is a heart shape, so I thought it would be just perfect start to doing these pictures. I may not do this big one on video, I'm not sure yet, because I think the elements of it might be on these, but I don't know. But so we're going to do this one here. So these are her sweet treats, tinies, I think. Now, while I'm just getting organised, I explain that what she has very kindly done is she sent me a couple of her download sets, and she has given me a special discount code for anyone of my followers, subscribers, who wants to buy her pages from her website. And that's in the description for you. I'm just going to talk about my pencils that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using these Holbeins. This is, let me come out just a tad. This is my set of 12 pastel Holbeins. I thought they'd be really good for these sweet pages, but there's more than 12 in here. I've got a few open stock ones that I've bought as well. So I'm mixing it up a little bit. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 17 here. As I say, some of these I've bought open stock. You can see the ones with the stickers on. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit. But you don't have to use Holbeins, obviously. Just use what you've got. But I just thought these sorts of pastel-y colours are really good for this sort of page. So I'm going to start colouring, and then I'm going to continue to explain a little more. I'm going to start now. What this looks like to me is a heart-shaped sort of waffle with a sort of ribbon and some sort of sauce. Not sure. So I'm going to start with a light colour on our waffle and then darken it up a bit, have a bit of fun with it. So this is called Sand. Okay, I don't know how easy it is to see. You can see the colour. It's quite brownish grey. It's very pale. I'm just going to use it as a base on this. Anyway, so yes, I'm going to be doing a selection of the pictures from this download sheets as little mini tutorials, and just to show you what pictures there are, and then you can decide if you want to buy them. The discount code, basically you click the link in the description, it takes you straight to her Etsy shop, and this is the khaki. I always think a khaki's green, but this one isn't. I'm going to use it in these gaps because I think they're dipped in, so it's going to be a little bit darker. Anyway, so when you click it, it takes you to her Etsy shop. You can choose anything from the shop, and the discount automatically is applied to your basket on any items of hers that you buy. Obviously, if you buy things from somebody else as well, it doesn't apply to their things. So that's all already set up. So that's excellent. So you can just pop in there and get 10% off any of the downloads that you want. I'm not sure how long that's going to last for, but it's not going away anytime soon. So if you want to wait and save up, or ask someone if they can sort of pay for it for your birthday or something like that, then it should be there for quite a while. So it means there's not a big rush, but obviously you may want to grab and colour along. Now, if you don't have the download, there's other books and things which have sort of sweets and candies into colour, so hopefully you might enjoy the techniques even if you don't actually have the sheet. Now, there's lots of different types of candies on this particular download. I think this is quite a fairly new one of hers, but the other one that I've also got, which I would be doing some from, is a floral one, which is pretty. so there'll be a couple. I'm trying to think, maybe I'll provide a direct link to the, but if I do that then the discount code might not work, so you need to go to the website. So now you also have to make sure you get the right one, because this is minis. So what you get, I'll just show you what you get. So you get this sheet. Now it comes in two sizes, either an A4, which is for UK, or a letter size for the American people who are using the American paper. So you get these, so you get your this sort of chocolate pretzel jar, sort of cake, lolly, sweets, rainbow, like a cupcake, a few bits and pieces, another one that's like an ice cream maybe, and this one we're doing, and this one, and then you get another big sheet. Whoops, hang on, I've got two in my hand, and you get a sort of thing and a cup, a cake and an ice cream, and another sort of lolly, a slice of some sort of cake pudding, like a donut, another cake, a sort of meringue maybe, and a lolly. And you also get this one, which I'm going to come out and show you, which is a sort of circular, a sweetie wreath, I suppose. And actually these are a little different to the ones on the individual ones, but you get all sorts of ones on there as well, so that's quite fun. You could actually colour that and then frame it, couldn't you? That'd be fun on the kitchen wall, imagine. Anyway, we'll go back to this one. Sorry, I got a bit distracted, but that is that one. If you want the floral one, actually it's much bigger. There's loads. I've got floral tinies, or flower tinies, and I've got 1, 2, 3, I've got 5 sheets of flowers. There's lots of designs. So anyway, back to this one. So this part where I did the light brown, it's a little bit too light for me, so I'm going to go back to my sand colour and try and darken it up a little bit. I don't know whether it will be possible to, because of it being a pastel. I think it can. I'm just going to go back over and darken it. Now the paper I'm using is a Bristol board. It's a Staedtler Rowney. I will put a link in the description. It's very, very smooth. So that means that you get very little tooth in the paper. So it depends whether you like tooth or not, whether it will suit you. I find that some pencils, it's a little bit too slippy, but it's working very nicely with these. But then they are Holbein. I would hope that Holbein would work well with any paper, I'd hope. So I'm going to go back in with my khaki, just tidy up a little bit. I'm feeling that it's looking a bit messy. And then we'll try and think, I mean, you could do this as a chocolate rather than a sort of waffle. I don't have those dark chocolatey colours though. It's this one I thought looked a bit messy. But it's up to you. I think this will work. I hope so. And I quite like really a bit of shadow underneath this sort of whatever the saucy stuff is, but I haven't got a darker colour, so we just have to leave it. Now we've got 2 layers of sort of dribbly stuff. Drizzle. Let's say drizzle. Sounds a lot better. I want to use 2 different colours. I think we could do a pink and a purple. I think would be quite fun, but I've got to think about the ribbon colour as well. Yeah, I know. I'm going to start with this one. This is called just pink. No, it's not. It's called rose pink. Okay. And I'm going to do this bit with this. I'm going to just start with a light, evenish layer. And then think about what I might do. I need to sharpen it. I'm a bit scared sharpening Holbeins, are so expensive. But I do think to myself that, you know, they're even more of a waste of money if they sit on your shelf and you don't actually use them. So that's why I use them. But I know not everyone has them because they are expensive, but I just thought it was about time I got them out and had a go. You know, I do have my pastel tints, which I know many of you have. Many of you have the Brute Funa pastel pencils as well. So you can probably find equivalent colours in those sets. So that's fine. Now I find that on this paper it doesn't go down that neatly on the first layer, so I'm just going to go back over it, I'm going to try and use a sort of round and round movement to try and get it looking a little bit more even. I think that is working quite well. I'm also not leaning on anything, I'm straight on my desk, which might not be the best idea. I should have brought something through to lean on, but the desk is very smooth. It's a bit hard, there's no cushioning, but it is, as I say, nice and smooth, so there's no sort of indents underneath, which would be a bit of a disaster. So also with this Bristol board, it is very thick. It's 250 GSM, which is a really quite thick paper, card really. Which I like because it's nice and sturdy, but my printer, it just about likes it. Sometimes it gets jammed, sometimes it makes an awful noise as well, as if it's about to jam. So you know, you need to think about whether your printer can take that. Now along here I'd like to have a little bit of a shadow line. Again, it's a little bit tricky to do that. I don't really have a dark colour. I'm just going to try and use a sort of more intense layer of this pink. See what happens. I think that's okay. Better than nothing. Now I want to do this top layer in a purple. I have this very pretty wisteria colour. There is actually a wisteria in the pastel tint, I know. I don't know if it's the same sort of purple though. But really, it doesn't have to be. You can use whatever colour you see fit. It's just fun to colour in. So yeah, it's Valentine's. It's a tricky day. I used to hate it when I was younger because it always reminded you that you didn't have a boyfriend. But now I'm married, it doesn't bother me either way. We don't celebrate. It's just like maybe I'm just not romantic anymore. But no, we don't do anything. But I know some people do, so have fun. If you're doing something, I hope you have fun with it. It's just because I don't like it doesn't mean I don't want other people not to have fun. I hope you have a good day or evening, or you know, whatever. And for those of you who sort of wish you were celebrating it but haven't got anyone to celebrate with, I'm sorry. Try and find something fun to do on your own. Why shouldn't you take yourself on a little date? I mean, don't go out anywhere necessarily. It might be a bit too full of couples. Curl up on the sofa, watch a good film, colour in your favourite colouring book with your favourite pencils, watch a few YouTube videos, you know, indulge yourself, have fun. Now I think for the bow, I'd quite like the idea of doing a colour that's sort of in between the pink and the purple. So I've got this one that's called Mauve, which is pinky purple. So I'm going to use some of this for the bow. I just think it's, I think it works to have something. Now I'm going to try to make the ends of this bow ribbon a little bit darker, and then this bit, make that central bit just a bit lighter. Sorry, I need to use my brush. So a sort of evenish layer, not too dark. It's a darkish colour. Necessarily a colour that I would call pastel, but it doesn't matter. And then go in deeper here on this one, and then a bit deeper here, and and just leave a bit in the middle that's a little bit lighter. You can just about see it, and it can make it look as if the sort of silky. Then we have this bit behind, so I'm thinking here I'm going to sort of put a more intense layer and then fade it a bit towards the top of that knot, so it looks like there might be a bit of a shadow from the bit piece in front. Now here, look, we've got a sort of loop that's like a crease in the fabric or ribbon, so I've gone in quite dark on there. I'm going to go in a little bit dark down here and then just fade it up towards the top of the ribbon. And then from this side also sort of fade it up a bit. Now I'm going to do same over here. I'm going to do more of the pictures on this page. I haven't finished this one yet, but I will be, not in this video but in other videos. I'm going to keep this one quite short. We're going to we might use different pencil sets for different pictures though. I might not, I mean I've only got such a limited amount of these. I just fancied having a go with them today. I just realised at the beginning I said I may have already said Happy Valentine's Day because I've got another Valentine's video to go out today, but it's not going out till later. So this is the sort of first one of the day. Right, now we need our sprinkles. Now I'm looking at what I've got left. Let me just pull them into shot. So I've got greens, but I've got, oh sorry, here we go. Now I don't really want to do blue because I don't know about you, but I don't really fancy eating blue sprinkles. So I'm thinking maybe the yellow, but then does yellow work with purple? I think it does. That's what I'm going to do. This is the Naples yellow. Let's straighten it back out again. I think that's okay. I'm just going to do a little bit of yellow around it as well. So I'm layering it up a bit and just fading it out as we go around. I don't really want to do a big proper background, but just a little bit. As something I've been thinking of trying with little downloads is to get some toned paper, because I know that it can you can then sort of use whites and pale colours and they stand out a bit more. This would probably stand out more on a sort of toned paper than it does on a white, for example. But it's when I've run out of this Bristol board I might get some. I think I popped some on my wish list because to remind me that I'd found some, but it's quite tricky to find. The Strathmore does tone paper, but it's the wrong size for my printer, so I'm trying to find some the right size. I might have to go to my local art shop and just ask them what they have, but we'll see. And of course it needs to be for pencil or mixed media. There we go. I'm going to leave that there, I think. Just a little sort of glow, maybe that's the word, not sure. I think it's rather fun. And it looks quite yummy. The only thing is I still feel like I want a bit of a shadow under this dribble here, and I'm actually going to try and do it with this, with the khaki. I just want something to make it look like it's standing out from the background. There we go. I'm happy with that. You may not even see much of a difference. I'm just going to grab a white. This is a Sakura jelly roll, and do a few shine lines. It might not really show up on top of the pastel colours, to be honest, but I think it can just add a little bit. There we go. I don't think the waffly bit would be shiny, but just a few little lines. There we go. So that is me done. So tune in later. As I say, I have got another Valentine's video for you. It's a nice little floral heart wreath, which I'm looking forward to doing. So I hope you enjoy it as well. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I'll probably do one of these again tomorrow. I'm not sure which one. I might just pick a random one for this from this sheet. What I might do is do this sheet, and then I might not do the other sheet of sweet treats. I might move to something else and then come back to the other sheet or do some of the florals. So there'll be a bit of a mixed up thing, so that we're not doing the same thing all the time. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely day and happy colouring.